Welcome back to RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I want to talk to you about the home of Easy Cheap Land. I used to have a chalkboard in the background that said Easy Cheap Land up over my head. and 'cause that's what we do is Easy Cheap Land. We send out cash offers. We send out cash offers in the mail. We say, this is how much I'm willing to pay for your cash, or pay for your cash, pay for your land. And if you accept, please sign here and send it back. And a lot of people call back and they're all hooping and hollering mad, and they said, no way, you're not offering enough money. But I'm usually just looking for that 1%, that maybe 2%. 2% probably means I offered too much money. 1% or half percent is better. That means I got the cheapest ones in the marketplace. And I can go put them up for sale for the cheapest ones in the area and mark them up a bit and still have them be the cheapest ones in the area and just make it easy for people to buy the land. So that's what we are, RuralVacantLand.com, easy, cheap land. And we've got a dozen people or so strong posting properties on the website, and almost every day new properties are coming up on RuralVacantLand.com. And so I want to show you some of those properties. Before I do, I've got, this is week 3. In the past, I was giving away land. I was giving away properties in Arkansas, a lot of these Arkansas properties. And now I'm kind of sold out of the Arkansas properties, basically sold out. A couple different return ones I got to probably resell again. But yeah, someone's saying audio's good. Someone's saying audio's bad. I'm trying YouTube's new streaming desktop, so it looks a little different to me, but it seems to be working. Let me just look at the colors here. Yes, okay. So they've got it set. It's different statistics and stuff. In the past, it was more of like looking at my face with a chat. So now it looks like I'm in a production studio or something. There's too much stuff to look at and the camera at the same time. So I'm just going to ignore it and talk to you guys about what's in my heart. It's my heart's about land, so we're gonna talk about land. So this is a third week in not giving away actual land, but giving away mailers. And I've been talking about giving away mailers now instead of land because that's what this business is based on. That's where this land comes from, and I think it could be a lot more economic, a lot more powerful, a lot more beneficial for you guys and for me, and it's much more of a win-win scenario for everybody to give away mailers. And the idea behind giving away mailers is that's how I buy the land in the first place. And so I make these cash offers, and I do it in my name, and I'll finance them, or I'll find the money, or I'll figure out how to buy the properties if they're good enough deals and get them up for sale. And you don't have to come up with the money, you don't have to answer the phone, you don't have to do the paperwork, you don't have to do all the runaround stuff, you don't have to have people yell at you or show up at your address and threaten you because you called their baby ugly by offering too little amounts of money on their land. Like I had a lot of those kinds of stories. But also a lot of happy people that have sold land to me. They're so happy, they're like crying happy that I made them the cash offer, and that they can get cashed out of that land and they can sell it and they can move on. And they didn't know what they were going to do otherwise, and they've been putting it off for years and they don't want to deal with it, and now they can just settle it and be done with it. And so I get the land. And so I'm giving away these mailers, right? So I gave away mailers the last couple weeks, and I sent those out last week. At the same time I'm giving these mailers away, I'm offering other people to buy in some mailers along with me. And I think the first time I did that, I offered 4 slots of 1,500 mailers apiece, and basically $1,500 for 1,500 mailers. And I do all the data and the postage and the scrubbing and the pricing and the strategy and the angle and the financing of the deals as they come through. I do all the back office stuff, everything. And then we share the profits, like net back to me after financing, after cost, after everything. Like what, the take home money at the end of the day would be on that deal, or the deals that come from that mailer. I cut that in half with you and send you a check. Probably deal by deal. There might be a couple deals in there. As they go full circle, buy the thing, turn around, sell it, figure out how much it's for. And if it sells on terms or something, it might take a while to get the money back. But that's the idea. So I did that. I didn't send out all the mail on those yet. I sent out parts of it. Like out of the 1,500, I sent out 1,000 because I did a lot. I went through a lot of data and I thought I'd get enough mailers, but I scrubbed it down enough trying to get more accurate in the statistics that I didn't end up with enough data. So I'm carrying it over into the next mailer. I'm going to do another mailer and spread it around so it's not so much the same areas. And I think they'll get a better chance of success off of that. And the guys that I gave 500 mailers away to from the previous calls, I got their full 500s in there. And so that went out last week, went to the printer. The phone hasn't started ringing from that one yet. I'll just share with, so a lot of people don't like to talk about their business, but I think it creates, I learn from you guys by sharing, by teaching, I learn. And people ask good questions. I research it and I come back and I learn, and business gets better because of that. So I sent this one out to San Diego County. In San Diego County, I pulled vacant properties, like a basic strategy of vacant properties in San Diego County, and there was over 20,000 vacant properties, something between like 0.2 acres and 50 acres. So I went like from small housing tract kinds of properties and HOA neighborhood size things all the way up to, the 40s or bigger fat 40s, like I call them, but I just put 50 acres in there to round it off. So you get all kinds of sizes. San Diego County is very diverse. I mean, you got beaches in the west, and you got deserts in the east, and you got mountains in the middle. And you got transitional zones from the beaches to the foothills to the mountains, and then it pretty much drops right back off down to the other side. Let me turn that off. So San Diego County is very, very, very micro. You have to be very precise with the mailing in a county like that. It's not like a bunch of desert squares, which are more homogeneous in my mind of pricing, and you just price per acre or something like that. It's much more of that area. That specific area gets much more price. That specific area gets much lower price. And so I rolled through the county. And what I like to do, the more I learn, the more I get into this, I like to use the book and page. So if we look at the APN number, the assessor parcel number of a property, not always, but usually, so let's just use San Diego County. I think San Diego County's got 3 or 4 numbers. I don't know. But the first couple numbers before the dash is the book, and the second is the page. And so if you think of I wish I just had a book here to show you, but if you had a book, that book on the binding, it's going to have, a title and the name and the number or date or something. Excuse me. So in the recorder's office, and with all the maps, or the maps are recorded, they keep books of maps. And so that book has a number, like book 1 would be the first book of maps in that county. It'd probably be really old school, and it's probably been updated since then. But, if you turn to page 2, it's got a bunch of properties on page 2. That would be book 1, page 2, and then the properties on that page have numbers. And so the third set of numbers in the identifier of the property is usually what property that is on that page. And then sometimes there's letters or numbers beyond that. That's like splits from there. So you get like the parent property, and it got cut up and it got made into smaller properties over time since that namiculture was created, right? And so if you get to understand that basic logic of how books and pages are laid out across the county, it makes it a lot easier to price them. Like if you go to the San Diego County recorder's office, they've got a big map on the wall. It's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet wide and same tall. It's a really big map, right? And they've got the whole county laid out of where all the books, each book of data sets are in the county. So if you wanted to go look up properties and maps in that particular part of the county, it says what book to go look at. And so you could go look up that book. Now it's in the computer, and that's old school, but that's where the logic comes from. So if you understand that logic, it makes it a lot easier to price them. And why am I telling you this? It's because I'm trying to explain how much time and energy it takes to do one of these mailers, and guys keep asking me they want to buy more, they want to do more mailers, and I'm just doing a little bit at a time because I can't keep up. And so there's the idea. So I went into each specific book, and then inside those books there's different pages. So the book might be laid out on a map like that, and a page, boom, 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 boom. And so it goes from left to right. And so if you want to do one of these mailers with me, I got a link down below. The chat's going by and someone saying they want to do more mailers. But there's a link down below for 1,500 more mailers. And I'm just opening up for one more slot because I can't keep up with them all. I'm just doing a little bit of time. Maybe as I build up my capacity, I'll do more later. But yeah, so one more slot down below, $1,500 or 1,500 mailers. And I'll give away 500 mailers at the end of this call. And so then I price specific page. So I look at that area, the size of the property, that page, where it's at, what prices are going for in that area. Reduce my offer accordingly. And then I make the offers and I mail them out. And I do that across the whole county. And it took a lot of time to do that. It takes a lot of time to do that, but I believe that gets a lot more accurate pricing. So when you hit a neighborhood, you basically price that neighborhood. When you hit a valley, you basically price that valley. When you hit a mountain, you basically price the stuff on that mountain. And it get close to a beach, you price stuff at the beach. So I was making offers in the $300,000 something range, which I don't have the money to buy, which I'll if the deals actually come through, I'm going to be dancing finding that money because it'll be really good deals, down to like $1,000 offers out in the desert squares of ones I don't really want. But like every number in between kind of mailer. Whereas when I first started out, it would be, okay, I'll just offer $500 to everybody that owns land in this county and see if anyone bites, right? So my pricing has gotten a lot more accurate than that. So that's what we're doing. That's how I'm getting land, and it's getting more sophisticated as I learn more. And so if you want to get in on some of those mailers, paid for by me, run by me, financed by me and friends, that's what I'm going to give away at the end of this call. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm going to hit the chat, see if I can answer some calls, and also answer some questions, and look at some land that came up for sale in this last week on ruralvacantland.com. Super bloom. Yeah. So we went out to the desert to try to look at the super bloom with the kids, and we totally missed. We went to the wrong place. We just tried to go to some of the closer desert, like out behind Gilian, and these flowers that are going on my head and shirt and everything, they're definitely not going on in the desert. Maybe a week or two early is what we were. Charles Telefero. Hey, Luke, got my audio? Good. Hello from Paradise, California. Paradise, wow. Just looking at the statistics there after the fires, and it's a lot of land has come up for sale there. I'm not playing in that market, though. Everyone's saying audio's good. How are you doing, sir? I was wondering if you want to trade land for my big sport collection. Big sport collection. I don't know what a big sport collection is. Is that like big sport game, like game trophy hunting, or I don't know. Posh Clyde. Good morning, Luke. Good morning. Good morning from Australia. Hey, cool. We get an international crowd going after American. I don't have any Australian land. It's all American land here. Baltazar says, I would like to see more pictures of the actual land and the shape of land. Good. Yeah, I always like to see pictures too. But a lot of these properties, a lot of the cheaper ones especially, there's not enough money in there and the spreads and these things to pay for their picture guy to go out and take pictures. And so we get a lot of satellite pictures and street view pictures and things. And it's really up to you to go visit the property and see what it looks like anyway. I mean, do you really believe everyone's pictures of the properties? I've looked at so many pictures. Go look at the property. It's like, what the? I don't know. So you really got to go look at the properties to see what's really there. And then on the flip side of that, a lot more of the properties that I've been working on, I've been sending out photo guys, especially these Northern California ones, a little bit more dollar size ones I can afford to couple $100 to get the photo guy out there to go take pictures and fly a drone over the property and see what the thing looks like a lot more and make sure you can access it and that kind of stuff. So photo guy was going to, I think it's maybe 8 different properties I can think of off the top of my head that he was going to try to hit this weekend. There's no way he's going to get to them all the quality that he does. So it'll probably be flowing into this week. So we got a bunch of different ones that he's going to, like Monterey County. We've got Monterey ones going off, Sacramento County, Nevada County, Placer County, Amador County, up by Lake Tahoe, Fresno. Got some commercial land in Fresno. So different ones coming up that he's getting pictures of that are entitled that aren't ready on the website yet. And then good morning. Tammy W says, keep up the good work. Love the lessons every week. Yeah, I'm going to try to teach a little bit, but not like totally full on. There's Land Academy, guys. Land Academy is where I learned a lot of this stuff. Landacademy.com. You can buy courses from them, and they'll teach you how to go do land deals if you really want to get into it. Keep up the good work. You're helping others gain a sense of freedom that many don't get these days. Thank you. Yeah, that's what land's about. That's what America's about, right? America's still got all kinds of land to go use. Pamela Jackson says, I'll help you with doing your mailers. Yeah, that's the thing I enjoy the most. Like it takes a lot of time, but I like pricing these things because then I like seeing the deals that come back. I want to share with you guys the deals that come back. That was one of the main reasons I started this YouTube channel. That was like in the description from the beginning. So I was going to share deals. And the idea was that I would share the deals that came in off the mailers and ask for help. Like ask for money help, ask for people that want to go visit them, take pictures, and vet the properties with me and do it more of like a community style thing and figure out the monetary compensation from there, right? And guys keep showing up and they keep saying, Luke, I'll give you the money. I'll give you the money. I'll give you the money. Just call me first because these deals are too good to be true. And so I don't ever really get past them. He's trading me first for my Hot Wheels collection. Skyway, yeah, exactly. Good morning, Luke. Good morning. I've missed a couple of Mondays. Yeah, Tammy, so if you're missing the last couple of Mondays, we're doing mailers now, which I think are... I want to, like, deliver some, what do you call that? Sweepstakes, publisher's clearinghouse size checks. Let's see if I could do that on some of these. So I don't think I see any questions coming in to really answer. Here, from Ireland, I'm trying to move back to the U.S. in the next year or so. I'll be looking for 40 acres or so around Show Low, Arizona. Yeah, there you go. So we've got numerous properties around Show Low. Some of them I've got split up. Some of them that you could just buy the whole thing if you wanted. If you want to look at what I've got around Show Low. I've got the map up. Let me jump over to the website. So you get 40 acres there for pretty cheap. So I love the map search, guys. We're on ruralvacantland.com. I'll just blow this sucker up, make it a whole screen full of blobs. And so I'm zooming in. And one of the settings I can do here is I can change it to the map. So get like a political map so I can see, state lines, because that's how I reference where Show Low is. I'm moving in. Here's Show Low. Okay, so here's Show Low. He's asking probably just north of Show Low. As you get into these foothills, a lot of it's like 5,000 foot elevation. You get pretty mild climates. It's not as hot as Phoenix, not as cold as getting up into the more mountains here where it gets more snow. So you've got a smattering of properties along here to look at. I'd probably look at some of these out here. And some of these groupings, like here's a grouping, that might be 40 acres. This one looks like it's half of a 40 or something. This one might be a full-on 40. There's 20 acres. Here, this one's closer to some roads. 1 acre lots. Yeah, you just have to look around there. If you did Navajo and sort by 40 or sort by size. You can see them too. So 5 acres, half an acre. I mean, I don't see a 40 right off the bat, but I know I've had them in here. These are probably old groupings that used to be 40s. Let's see what this one is. This might be, that's going to be 20. So that's probably the southern half of what used to be originally 40. But just, you're not ready yet, so just watch the website. You'll see them come up. So while I got this up, let's jump into the listings, and I just want to do an update here real quick, and then give some mailers away. And I got a bunch of stuff I'm working on today, so I'm trying to keep this call shorter. Try to answer questions. We got Gunnison County, Colorado. It's one of the most recent stuff posted on the website. I was just looking at this before the call, making sure there was something there to talk about. And I was looking at it, it's like, round? Why are these lots round? Maybe it's the same logic as a round house. You get more square footage out of a circle. And maybe they had to set land aside for like nature or something. I'm trying to think of the logic of why you'd have round lots. That's the thing I can think of. But they've got numerous round properties in the area. 1 acre properties. This is by Gunnison, Colorado. So it's a little west of Denver, if I know my geography. Maybe a couple hours west of Denver. We'll pull it up on a map. But 14 grand or 13,999. It's in the trees. And it's 1 acre, and it's gonna feel like more than 1 acre because there's a bunch of nature stuff in between these 1 acre lots that are spread across the area. We've got this map down here, so we can zoom in on this, or let's zoom out and see where this part of Colorado is. There's Cimarron. Here's Denver. So Denver's over here. Denver's the, I'm always trying to locate stuff from Denver. So it's, on the other side of the mountains from Denver, and Colorado Springs, and Cimarron. I just think Cimarron's just a tiny little town, but it's like very horse friendly. I think they make horse trailers. Why I'm thinking of Cimarron. My wife's always looking at these Cimarron horse trailers. I think we park our horse trailer right next to a horse trailer that's made Cimarron. Yeah, but it's round lots. Very creative. Bunch of houses in the area. I'm not sure if they have utilities or what. I doubt there's street view around. But there's a lake down the road. Just, a nice place in the woods. Here's one, 9999. This one's probably not in the trees. That one's in the trees. This one's not in the trees. You build a house and then go plant trees from there. It looks like somebody put a fence around their circle over here. You can see that they're, it's circle lots around the area. Yeah, power at the lot line, Gunnison County Electric Association. So I think this is Brian. I'm pretty sure Brian's doing owner financing too. He's got his email and phone number on there. You can contact him. There's a bunch of different prices, properties on the website. 14,999, 5 acres in Fremont County, Colorado. Looks like it's on a road, trees, and let's see as this loads. I'll let it load another screen and some more of these 1 acre properties in Gunnison County, Routt County, Colorado. So we're getting a Colorado coming up. So Brian's posting to Colorado. So he's got. He must have had a mailer hit. He must have mailed cash offers to this area. Let's look at this. It's a paved street. No, it's dirt. But looks like there's a power line there. Or am I seeing things? I mean, there's a house just south of there. There's some trees. It's another house over here. I mean, there's got to be power in the area, right? This many houses. Let's see what he says. Glen Vista subdivision, Fremont County, Colorado. Let's see what part of Colorado this is. This is the same area as that last one. No, this is, see, Cimarron was over here. So this one's over here. So this is Colorado Springs, and the property is just a little southwest of Colorado Springs in the mountains. He's asking $14,999 for this, a little over 5 acres. It's more of the circles. Pima County. I got to get this one priced. This one doesn't have a price. Let's skip this one. I'll come back to it later. Walton County, Florida. $5,900. Looks like a road going up to that one. There's a power line over here. There's trees. Walton County, Florida. I think that's got to be close to Panama City Beach, right? Where's Panama City Beach? I used to drive to Panama City Beach when I was in high school from northern Michigan. There's Panama City. Beautiful beaches. Properties up here. Yeah, it would take like good, I don't know, 16 or 18 hours to go from northern Michigan. We'd leave after school on a Friday and get there for, go play on the beach Saturday morning, look like a crayfish by the end of the day. They had some parties and stuff at that night, and then sleep on the beach and get up Sunday, a little bit of sun Sunday morning, and basically get in the car and try to get back to school for Monday morning school. When you're in a cold climate like northern Michigan, that makes a lot of sense. So we'd come from up here. My school was up here. We'd shoot down there, and that was the closest nice beach. And then you'd go back. So that's the memories I had of Panama City Beach. Long drive. Take turns driving. Gun it right through. And then so that's $5,900. You get close to that awesome beach. I mean, those are some neat forests along the way in there too. Just so lush green, and just a beautiful area. There's 40 acres of Park County, Colorado. Here's a question. Eric Sells says, question, would future large fiber optic projects increase the value of the rural land it's being put out on around the area? I'm sure any kinds of utilities you add to it are going to help. I don't know how much directly like financial impact you're going to see to the land or not. Like if it's worth going to buy up land along the route. And like how big fiber optics, like is it solar crazy kind of area with power lines and stuff? Maybe a good place for a data farm or some internet based something, telecommunications stuff. Maybe mix, where you probably get better at following where those fiber optics are going and crossing some other utilities, streets and utilities and stuff, and finding intersections would probably be better to cherry pick off than just the whole route along the way. But good thoughts. I mean, that's what land's always about. Where's the next road? Where's the next utilities? Where's the next developments? Could I go speculate out in front of that? Of course, there's money to be made in those trades. I'm not gonna poo-poo that at all. I think it's brilliant. Just like putting it to action is going to be the hardest part. Pamela Jackson, I'll take a rock to live on right now to get away from Indiana. I'm with your wife. She's a smart woman. Also, build a house in the trees. Yeah. Looks like he wants too much for his property. Angela. So which ones are those? The Colorado ones? Colorado is expensive. A lot of that stuff's expensive. Angela said, I'm talking about Brian, not Luke. Okay. Yeah, so it's Colorado ones. I don't have any Colorado ones. If I had Colorado ones, it might be the same kind of pricing. I don't know. Kurt Butterfield. Hi, Luke, and everyone. Hi, Kurt. Pamela Jackson, you got to listen because a lot of his properties are cheap and beautiful. Luke knows his land, and he will help help you out. Have faith in him. I do. Thanks, Pamela. Um, no, Michigan is too cold. Michigan is beautiful. Yeah, Michigan's beautiful. I wonder if it's cherry blossoms. Probably too early for cherry blossoms in Traverse City. It's where I grew up, is like cherry capital, cherry stuff. Don't crawfish on me. Yeah. Um, okay, so let's keep looking at this list, and then we'll get into some mailer giveaways. 40 acres with amazing views, Park County, Colorado. So we just brought that one up. Let's kill some of these others. 32,000 bucks. There we go. 40 acres, 32,000 bucks. Mike Hassman. Let's see what this is. Gillian from the office is saying, how much is your house? Someone is asking. She's watching on YouTube Live, and she said you mentioned that you want to sell your house. Yeah. Yeah, so I've got an open house coming up on my house in Bonsall on Wednesday. Like, the realtors and the neighbors and stuff are invited, and then I think they're going to get it listed up on the market for this weekend and go for from there. I was going to ask her, I actually got a realtor on this one. It's kind of embarrassing to say that. She's really nice, doing a bunch of marketing, and I'd rather spend time on mailers than go and doing showings of the house. So I got a realtor. And so she's saying we should ask 749,000. So I'm asking 749 for the house. Excuse me. It's in Bonsall, California, and I don't know if I want to give out full like mailing address and stuff totally publicly, but yeah, if you contact me privately, I can set you up with a realtor and get you a showing and stuff. Okay, so let's back to the $32,000 40 acres in Colorado. So $32,000 40 acres in Colorado. Looks like it's got a road. Let's wonder where this is. This looks like the valley. Oh, there's some lakes. There's a dam. I think there's any street view in the area. You can see what this valley looks like. There we go. So it's out over here. Oh, look at that. You get some mountain view. Pretty flat, boring in between, but then there's some nice mountains off in the distance. Wonder if you could have horses in here. Wonder how green it is. I wonder what the water table's like. Bet you could add water and really green this stuff up. Here's someone building over here. There's just mountains all around the valley. So there's trees on the hills and kind of flat, wide open in the countryside. You could probably race horses along this stuff. So the property's like out in the flats here somewhere. Oops. Where'd that little road go? Okay, let's see if we got street view. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we can see if there's a turnoff. Okay, so this would be the turnoff to the property. Looks like somebody put a little culvert in. A lot of people ask me if they can drive to the property or there's a ditch in the way. What do they do? Like, yeah, you just put a culvert in there. I mean, we used to do that in Michigan all the time. That's like there's water running all over the place. Michigan's full of water, and you talk to people in the West, and they're scared of water because the water's so uncommon. You just, it's just a pipe. You just dig a ditch, you stick the pipe in there, and then you backfill around it. I mean, you could throw bags of cement around it in the front if you want to make it a little more sturdy, or whichever way the water's going. But even if it gets washed out, it's pretty easy to dig up and rebury or put a new one in there. The U.S. uses a lot of the corrugated steel, like galvanized steel. Europeans use a lot of poly, like they get the plastic ones. I mean, big ones, small ones, they just drive right across them. They're circle, the circle holds up pretty well, especially if you bury it. And they're so much lighter. Like, after moving these metal ones around, those poly ones, like, yeah, you could just strap that in the back of your truck and it doesn't like drive over some bounces. It doesn't smash your tailgate or something like these kinds do. So it's a lot easier to throw those polys around. So next time I have this project like this, I'm going to try some poly ones after watching the Europeans do it. But okay, side note. They just drive across that and the trail goes out and over there somewhere is the property. Looks like somebody's got a homestead set up and maybe if we go back. Don't see it in the satellite pictures. Maybe it's new. Or maybe that was it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But the trail goes over to your property. So 40 acres near these lakes. I wonder if there's good fishing in these lakes. They have names or what? People don't seem to be building up next to them. Is this a boat launch? Hiking, or some people parking here to go use the lake somehow. I don't know if they're riding horses or just hiking it or kayaking it or what. But that looks like a public access to get in there. Maybe they're fly fishing in the stream. Here's the dam, here's the overflow, here's the wash. That looks like a good sized lake there. I don't see any boats or boating or marina though. But I bet you could at least kayak it. Let's see what this is. That might be a boat launch. There's a boat launch. Let me take that back. Yeah, so there's a 2-dock boat launch there. Looks like you could launch your boat. Looks like a bunch of people launching boats. Where the heck did all the boats go? Look at that. Now maybe these are boats. Yeah, so there's people using that lake. Definitely using that lake. There's some trees on the side. It might be behind this hill. So here's the property. Looks like you're pretty close to these lakes. I'd like to know what those lakes are called and what kind of fish are in them and stuff. That's the first thing I'd be researching, but everyone else researches different stuff. So $32,000 for 40 acres in between some lakes and mountains in Colorado, in Park County, Colorado. Park County is usually pretty highly sought after from my experience. They don't stay up for very long. And then we've got some Vacant County, Colorado on the website. We were looking at these last week. I'm not sure if it's the same ones or not, but it's Brian. He's got these ones $200 a month for 8 months, and you can pull in with an RV and go for it. So if you're looking for RV friendly property, he's got them $200 a month for 8 months. That's pretty easy, cheap financing. Start sounding like a used car salesman, but that's pretty easy. People are always asking for RV land. That's Colorado RV land. There you go. In Wood County, Texas. Let's see what this is. $4,900 for about 1/5 of an acre in Wood County, Texas. I don't know my Texas geography that well, but we could look up where this is. Looks like it's near a lake, huh? Look at that lake. This is Curtis. He keeps coming up with some good ones on the website here. So it's on a stream, trees and lakes in the area, a bunch of different houses. It's not totally filled in neighborhood, but there's people going for it there. That's for sure. You know, Texas is I think it's the most migrated to state in the country right now. More people moving to Texas than any other state. Look at that. It's not very far from Dallas. Wow. I wonder what the drive time is from there to Dallas. It looks like you almost might be able to commute to Dallas. Doesn't look like it's that far from Dallas. That's pretty neat. How much was it? $4,900. That might be my favorite one of the day. That's cheap. It's by a big metropolitan area. It's by a lake. I bet you it's got the utilities. Let's see what Curtis says. Power in the area. I think that's just a generic answer. Let's look at it on this thing again. So this kind of area's got to have utilities, right? Especially that size lot. Yeah, here's power pole. Yeah, so there's a power line right across the street. I wonder, it looks like it's mobile friendly, I'm guessing, because there's other people here with mobile homes. Look, there's an RV. There's people living in RVs. This might be RV friendly area. It's just another RV looking setups. So I would check with zoning and stuff. This is Texas. There probably isn't any. So you could probably pull in here with your RV or put a mobile home. This person's living in a sailboat, or that might be their sailboat. But looks like it's right on the road and you just go for it. There's no street view here. Wow. I think that's probably the deal of the day. South Carolina, Lancaster County, 10,495. James Kramer, so he's got one 10,495, 3.11 acres, South Carolina, Lancaster County, South Carolina. So it's, wow, look at that. That's on a road too. It's a bunch of trees on the road. The field in the back. Can we do street view? Yeah, we can. Let's take a look at that. House across the street. Nice thick woods. That looks like a power pole right there. Power right in front. Nice good chunk of woods to hide a house in. Probably want to go check how solid the ground is in there. Make sure it's not where the water goes. Let's try 3D. So when you're on the website and you're looking at these, down in the left hand corner there's a little logo that says Google. And if you click on that and you bring it, it'll bring it up on Google Maps. And so I've got it pulled up on Google Maps here. And I want it to do satellite, not this thing. The problem is it doesn't show you where you're at anymore, but if you remember where you're at. And the other problem is it kind of zoomed out. So let's look at that again. That's because I was on the street view. That's why I got lost. Okay. Let's get rid of that old map because that was, I don't know where we're at. Now it should show us the same view of the property. Okay, there we go. So here's the woods. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the control button and that sends it into 3D. And then we can look at the topography in 3D of this property. And, we can go zooming around. Here's the field in the back of the property. Here's houses over here. These houses kind of look like they're further down than this property. So I don't think this is a flood problem. I think it's a upslope hill. I thought it might have been a downslope. So there's a hill here. I'm thinking this is higher than here. Could go check elevation in Google Earth, but I'm not going to get that sophisticated on you. So the thing I'm wondering about is water is going. Where's the water going? So if we, and you can do this on most any of the properties, guys. So I'm just showing you how to do it on one of them. We'll see if I can get this street view guy to work. Okay, so where's the trees? Okay, so there's a bunch of trees going on here. Look at that. There's not a stream going through there. So that's what I'm trying to figure. There's a culvert here. And it's going across the stream. It's not like there's culverts going under the road here. That's what I was worried about. So if you got culverts going under the road here and the trees line up with the trees going to the property, then there might be water flowing through the property. But there isn't. Well, it's on this side of the street. There's no water going under the street there. And the hill is higher here than it is over here. So I think the water's headed towards these houses, not away from the houses into this land. So this looks like it's going to be solid ground. You got someone built down here and people built back into this woods here. I think this is left over. Nobody's built on it yet. Ready to go. 3.11 acres. It's Lancaster County, South Carolina. Let's zoom out and see where this is. I don't know where Lancaster County, South Carolina is. I'm usually pretty good at geography, but I don't know the county minutia of the eastern states. So Charlotte is up north. Where I grew up in southern Michigan, there's a town called Charlotte. It's spelled the same, called Charlotte. This is called Charlotte. Michigan accent, Charlotte. Columbia is to the south. So between Columbia and Charlotte. Yeah. Rutherford County, North Carolina. More North Carolina. I think we looked at these last week, if I'm not mistaken. But if you guys have time and you're curious in the Carolinas, go look up North Carolina, South Carolina. We've got a couple properties on the website right now to choose from. Please feel free to go take a tour of them. Any of these properties, we got GPS coordinates on the website, and you can click on it in your phone. It'll give you driving directions to go look at these properties. And you know they're going to be the cheapest ones around because we send out mail to everybody to get the cheapest ones around. Only the people willing to sell and take our prices actually sell, and those are the ones that come up on the website. Yeah, we mark them up some for doing all the work, but you get to cherry pick through them. You don't have to buy them all, like if you actually sent the mail out yourself. And so yeah, there you go. We're getting into the ones we talked about last week, I'm pretty sure. So there's a bunch of land, ruralvacantland.com, and it's always coming. There's more coming all the time, and different areas of the country, because we keep sending out mail, making offers, getting more sophisticated with the ways that we're buying land and putting it up on here to get the easiest, cheapest stuff we can. And part of that is what I was alluding to at the beginning of this call, is I'm going to give away some more mailers. So I'm going to give away some mailers, and I don't know how this chat is working now. Let's see if I can get this chat to oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to pop this thing out and let's play with some settings here. We've got, so I've got this chat and it's pretty small. It's going to be hard for you guys to see it. Let's see if I can. That's too much. Okay, so I'm going to give away some mail. I got to come up with a question from earlier on that says you're actually listening. And so I told a little story somewhere along the way that said I used to drive from northern Michigan down to Ware in Florida on the beach, name of a little beach town, to get some sun, get crayfish red in the middle of the winter with some friends. Took me 18 hours to make that drive one way or the other. We always had to plan it to get to the sun or get back to class. What's the name of that city? The fifth person to name that city, I'll give them some 500 mailers. 500 mailers. It's going to cost me a lot more time and energy than money to give these mailers away. I mean, it cost me a couple $100 to give to actually pay for it, but then when that comes through, those mailers come through, I'm going to be telling everybody about it. See what kind of deals we get off the mailers, and if any. We might not get any. It's higher risk than just giving away free land. Okay, so Jeffrey Day. I think it starts right here. So Jeffrey Day, there's one. Panama City. Julie R. Panama. There's two. Pamela Jackson. Jason Macy is 3. And this is open to anybody, whether you've won before or not. Doesn't matter. Family, friends, work for me, with me. I don't care anymore. It's too hard to keep track of. So I'm going to start over. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jeffrey Day. So Jeffrey Day. Let's do Jeffrey Day. Jeffrey Day, you're the winner. I'm gonna write this down because I got the new Google screen. It's in black, or the old one was in white. Maybe that's all they changed. I don't know. But thank you. Thanks everybody for playing, for listening, watching. A whole bunch of people got Panama City right in there. So you guys must have been listening and remember that story. Just a goofy story. Stupid stuff I used to do in high school, right? The other fun drive from there was Quebec City. That was more like 22 or 24 hours from northern Michigan. But they got some really fun wintertime festivals there too. So Jeffrey Day, I'm going to type in Gilian. Gilian at ruralvacantland.com. Gillian helps me with all kinds of stuff. And if you could email her, cut and paste that email into your email. So it's going by right now, Gillian at ruralvacantland.com. And if you have questions about all kinds of stuff, you can ask Gillian too. And she's better at getting back to you than I am, because I'm just trying to keep up as much as I can. But tell her your information. Tell her you're Jeffrey Day. You're on YouTube and you won the free mailers today, whatever today is. Today is the 25th, March 25th. And Luke said he's giving away 500 mailers, and you won. You answered the question about Panama City Beach. Someone said Traverse City. Yeah, that's right. I love Traverse City. It was fun. But we used to go from Traverse City down to Panama City Beach. So get your information in there. I need your contact information, like real contact information, not just a YouTube name. It's like, I don't know if that's your real name or not. I'm going to try to send you money when these deals come through. I might even have to send you like a tax 1099 or whatever. You know, if it's enough money. Hopefully it's enough money. So I need your real contact information and like phone number, mailing address, like the real stuff. And yeah, send it to Gilian and we'll keep track of it. I'll get these next 500 mailers out. I got some ideas of where I want to send the next mail. I'm not going to talk about it super publicly until I get it out and at least get the gun dropped in front of other people that might try to copy me. But yeah, and run with it. So I'll buy these mailers. I'll send them out in my name. I'll answer the phones. I'll do all the work. Finance them as best I can. When I say finance them, it might be my money. It might be partners' money. Gillian said Jeffrey Day is the one that won last week too. Okay, good deal. So Jeffrey Day is going to get lots of mailers. It's okay. I don't care if you guys win and win and win and win. He's paying attention. He's answering faster than everybody else. And I did the fifth person. It wasn't even the first. Doesn't even have to be the first person out of the gate. So I think it's cool. And then yeah, half of the proceeds. So like the mail I gave away a couple weeks ago, it just got out. The phone hasn't started ringing yet, but it'll start ringing soon. And the way it starts is usually like later in the week. Thursday, Friday especially. People will start calling in on Friday. And they will be hooping and hollering, pissed. They'll be so mad that I made them an offer on their land for some small dollar amount. I don't know, 10 grand or something, right? Let's say I offered 10 grand. And they'll say it's worth $1,700,000 or $100,000 and $10,000. You know, $110,000 instead of 10. Someone else will say 500,000 plus the 10. You know, add 500,000 on there, and then the next person will say, $10,000. Thank you so much. I didn't know what I was going to do with that land, and it'll be like right next to the guy that said, no, my land is worth $1,010,000 or $1,700,000 or whatever they say, right? So the people's opinions of what the land is worth are so broadly spaced that it's just crazy. And so we just weed through a lot of the crazy callers that think they got the land that they're never going to sell for anything. I don't even know why they call back. It's like getting a bad credit card offer in the mail. Just throw it away and move on. So yeah, thank you. Thanks everybody. Thanks Jeff. Pamela says, and Luke, I look forward to helping you with these or whatever you need. Yeah, thank you. We'll work on them. I'll try to pass the deals by you. I'll try to do it in this live format too, and show other people what kind of stuff comes through. Yeah, thanks guys. Okay, thanks for the comments. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the recorded version of this later and you want to be involved in the next one, it's every Monday morning at 9 a.m. I'll keep giving mailers away. I might give more land away along the way if I can get too overcooked in mailers. But I think it'll be more fun to give mailers away. So I'm going to try to keep giving mailers away. And thank you. Thanks for listening. Hit subscribe if you're not already. Talk to you guys later. I got to get out in the sun. I'm starting to shiver in here with all the funky studio settings. There's no light and I get cold. See you guys later. Bye.